There is the Daisy Ducati the world thinks it knows, a figure of fantasy, crafted for the screen, exuding confidence and bold desire. She moves through bright lights and constructed scenes, a queen in a kingdom of dreams, powerful and untouchable. This Daisy is a symbol of freedom and rebellion, her name whispered with curiosity and judgment. But there is also the other Daisy, the girl from San Francisco, dreaming of different stages, searching for belonging. This Daisy is real. She's felt the sting of being unseen, the ache of being misunderstood, and has fought silent battles far from any camera. These two Daisies are not separate. They are intertwined, two sides of the same complex person. The public figure was born from the private girl's yearning to be seen and heard. The strength of the performer is fueled by the resilience of the woman who's navigated a world that wasn't always kind. To understand Daisy Ducati, you must look past the polished image and see the intricate tapestry of her life. Hope, struggle, defiance, and authenticity. Her journey reminds us that behind every public face, there's a private history. The contrast between fantasy and reality is the heart of her story. We're drawn to the spectacle, but the real story is about the courage it takes to be whole in a world that demands we be only one thing. It's the story of a woman who dared to claim her own power, even when it meant fighting to be seen for who she truly is, not just who we want her to be. Before Daisy Ducati was a name, she was a young girl in San Francisco, a city of contrasts, artistic rebellion, and quiet tradition. She always felt different, never fitting into society's neat boxes, but this difference sparked a desire to create her own space. Her first stages were school auditoriums and community theaters where performance became her lifeline. On stage, she could be bold and loud, commanding attention and telling her story. Each play was a small act of claiming her existence, a rehearsal for refusing to be invisible. In a world that often overlooks Black girls, her desire to be seen was an act of defiance. Her upbringing in diverse, complicated San Francisco shaped her worldview, teaching her that freedom and respect must be fought for. These early lessons became the foundation for the advocate she would become. The girl in the wings was gathering the strength she'd need for a much larger stage. The leap from school plays to the adult film industry was a deliberate choice, a quest for agency in a world with few paths to power. For Daisy, this new stage offered radical self-expression and financial independence, a chance to control her own image and narrative. But the freedom came at a price, immense societal judgment and stigma. She felt empowered in her work, yet judged harshly for it, caught between personal liberation and public condemnation. The industry had its own hierarchies and prejudices. As a Black woman, Daisy faced fetishization and marginalization. Her performance became dual for the camera and against the system. She learned to be her own protector, advocate, and business person, a brand and a warrior. The choice was a bold declaration of self-determination, but it thrust her into a world where empowerment and exploitation often walked hand in hand. Daisy Ducati quickly realized her role in the adult industry would go beyond performance. She saw racism dictating casting, pay, and respect, with Black women often reduced to stereotypes. Silence was complicity, and Daisy refused to be complicit. She became an advocate, using her platform to call out systemic racism and the pay gap between white performers and performers of color. Her advocacy wasn't just for herself, but for every silenced or sidelined performer. She also championed safety, consent, and better labor practices, fighting for dignity for all workers. Speaking out was risky. Blacklisting and criticism were real threats, but the risk of silence was greater. Her voice became a beacon, encouraging others to demand better and know their worth. Daisy transformed from star to leader, challenging the industry to live up to its rhetoric of empowerment. The burden was heavy, but it gave her purpose. The girl who wanted to be seen was now making sure others were seen and heard too. Her advocacy redefined her public persona. She became a troublemaker in the best sense, a catalyst for change. Fame brought Daisy Ducati visibility and recognition, her image everywhere, her name celebrated. She walked red carpets and won awards, achieving the validation she once craved. But beneath the glamour was a profound loneliness. The persona that made her famous also created a barrier. People saw the fantasy, not the woman. Stigma complicated relationships and made true acceptance rare. There's a deep solitude in being known by millions, but truly seen by only a few. This duality created an internal struggle, moments of strength and confidence, punctuated by doubt and vulnerability. Was the persona eclipsing the person? The questions of identity grew sharper. The contrast between public life and private reality was stark. She could command a set, then go home to an empty apartment, facing the same insecurities as anyone else. For Daisy, enduring this required a different kind of strength. Not just to perform, but to find connection and hold on to her sense of self. The crown of stardom, she learned, could be heavy, especially when worn alone. Daisy's journey has always been about more than performance. It's a relentless search for authenticity. While the world focused on her body, she was engaged in a deep process of self-discovery. She had to untangle who she was from who the world told her to be, reconciling the confident performer with the sensitive woman navigating race, gender, and sexuality. These were her real challenges. Some days, the mask felt more real than the face behind it. But in embracing all parts of herself, she found power. Authenticity wasn't about finding one true self, but having the courage to be all herself at once. This realization was a profound liberation. Daisy's ongoing search is a testament to her resilience and refusal to be flattened into a single category. Her story reminds us, identity is created moment by moment through courageous self-exploration. Daisy Ducati's story is a mirror reflecting our society's anxieties about sex, power, race, and womanhood. How we see her, empowered, judged, advocate, or victim, says more about us than her. Her journey exposes our cultural hypocrisy. We celebrate female beauty, but condemn women for owning or profiting from their sexuality. Daisy's career lays this bare, forcing us to ask why we fear women in charge of their own narratives. Her experiences as a Black woman in the industry mirror broader struggles for racial justice, equal pay, fighting stereotypes, demanding humanity. By amplifying her voice, Daisy holds up a mirror to systemic racism. Ultimately, her journey reflects the universal desire to live authentically in a world that puts us in boxes. We've all felt the pressure to conform, the sting of being judged. In her courage, we see our own aspirations to be unapologetically ourselves. Daisy Ducati's story is an unfinished script, a journey still unfolding. There's no tidy conclusion. Her life is a continuous process of becoming. Her search for authenticity is a lifelong endeavor, balancing public life with private needs. She keeps asking hard questions, challenging herself in the world. Hope, for her, is a daily practice, a choice to keep going, even when the path is hard. Daisy's story gives us permission to be unfinished, to still be searching. Her vulnerability is a source of strength, showing that courage is moving forward despite fear. The future is unwritten, but the power lies in her hands. Her legacy is not a single role, but her commitment to living truthfully. The script is still being written, and so are our own. Daisy Ducati's story is a testament to courage, the courage to be seen, to speak out, to claim your own narrative. Her journey from a dreaming girl to a celebrated figure is more than biography. It's a cultural document. She's forced us to confront who we value and why, placing her life at the center of vital conversations. By sharing her truth, Daisy has created space for others to tell theirs, inspiring women, especially women of color, to know their voices matter. Her legacy is in the conversations she started, the barriers she's broken, and the people she's inspired. She's shown that one can be both a product of a flawed system and a force for change. Daisy's story is ultimately one of hope, a reminder that authenticity is a courageous, ongoing journey, and that journey belongs to all of us.